Double, double, toil and trouble. This witchy card spins like magic. If you love interactive cards, you're going to be obsessed with this one.
Hey, it's Rick. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the Witch's Brew stamp set that's brand new from Miss Ink Stamps. We have our little witch down here making her little potion. We have some potion bottles in their little containers, some potion books. We have our little chamber, secret chamber entrance, or aka bathroom mirrors or in sinks. We have our little wizard holding her wand, and then we have where she gets turned into a cat because she put the wrong hair into her potion. Our sentiments are, hey, beautiful. What's brewing? Just a little hocus pocus. Let's brew up something fun. Have a beautiful day. There's also coordinating dies. And then we're also going to use the new potion bottle layering stencil set as well. So we're going to go ahead and make this project. I've got two elongated ovals. I have two white circles that are 2 inches in length, and then 2 that are 2 1/4. I also have a piece of white cardstock that's 3 3/4 by 5. We're going to stencil on this. This is our matte layer, which is 4 by 5 1/4. We need a piece of white cardstock, and you want some heavyweight cardstock that's cut at 5 1/4 by 8 1/2. And we're going to score that at 2 1/4, 4 1/4, and 6. And you want to make this into an M. So we'll go ahead and fold and burnish this. So we want that to go here. We are going to end up cutting an opening for this. These will get folded down. And this gets folded down. So when you get done, you want it to look like a little M, okay? Then we have our card base, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. So we will go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and do our stenciling on this first. Got my sticky mat here. I'm going to move my stamps out of the way. We're going to start with our stencils. There are 4 layers to this. This small layer is your bubble, the bubbles for your potions. We're going to use stencils 1, 2, and 3 today for our background panel. So we're going to start off with stencil number 1. And then we are going to use some distress inks. Since these are my potion bottles, I'm just going to give them a little bit of color.
All right, I'm going to ink blend over the stencil using some tumbled glass ink.
Stencil number 1. And we're going to line up stencil number 2. It's going to be for the tops of my little potion bottles.
All right, for the top of the potion bottles, we're going to use some walnut stained distress ink and just ink blend right over the top of those stencils.
We'll just ink blend right over that using just a brown.
You notice as I'm ink blending, I'm going in circular motions one way and then coming back the opposite direction. That's how you get a really nice blend through your stencil. Now we're going to peel and reveal.
And we have our inside of our potions. Line that up. And I'm going to come in with our green.
I'm using Twisted Citron.
Now you could totally do these all different, each row a different color. I'm going to keep them all the same.
Because the Twisted Citron and the tumbled glass are on the same side of the color wheel, it really doesn't affect the color underneath. It actually enhances that color and makes it look a little bit deeper than what it really is with the ink blending. So I got to give me a deeper shade.
So we're just going to add that color in there. All right, so there's all my little potions sitting there on their pedestal. We're going to take our little oval here. We're going to add a little something to that. We're going to bring in the cobblestone stencil. We're going to add a little texture to our oval here.
I just picked a gray ink from my stash to ink blend.
We want to have something in the background of our oval. So we're just going to add the cobblestone. And you will see that it mirrors my original card design. I will show you that shortly.
I'll finish up my ink blending, just going all the way over the stencil to complete that focal image.
There's our little cobblestone background. I'm going to add a little ink blending around the edges of my two oval circles here.
I wanted to add a little bit more depth and bring in that gray color a little bit more, so that's why I'm coming in and ink blending around the edges of my circles. I didn't have to. It was just that little extra step that took that over the top just a little bit more.
Go. It's all of our ink blending. All right, we're going to pull in our inside panel, and we're going to cut out our opening. So that's going to actually get flipped over upside down. Take our little circle here. Let's secure that in place. And I'm going to cut that out, and I'll be right back. All right, I've got my center cut out of my inside panel. So I can discard that. All right, for our inside panel, we need some thread, twine, fishing line, something. And you want to keep it nice and taut. So I'm going to go ahead and put down my little thread right here in the center. And I've got some red line tape. I'm going to put that right in the center, and I'm going to add a couple strips of that on there. Our spinner card. All right, for the we want to make sure that thread is pulled nice and tight. Again, secure that down. I'm going to burnish that with my bone folder. Then I can cut off any excess that's overhanging. Reshape our little inside piece here. All right, got our card base. We're going to go ahead and layer up our pieces.
We're going to go ahead and attach our focal image to our front and attach our card front to our card base. And then we will go ahead and add our circles, our ovals on. So we'll go ahead and pop that up.
Put our center flat oval on there. Then before I attach this, I'm going to go ahead and stamp a sentiment on here. So let me do that.
I'm going to stamp a VersaFine Onyx black ink.
Just a little hocus pocus. Now I did go ahead and color and stamp my images for our focal points and everything. So we're going to add this oval next. And we'll add our little chamber entrance here. And kind of tuck it in close to that sentiment. I'm going to take my little wizard that is casting her spell. I'm going to pop her up with some foam adhesive. We're going to add our spell books. Add those right over here. We got our little potions. Put those right up here. Our little potion bottle. Our other little potion bottle. Now, we're going to take our circles here. Move that out of the way. We're going to layer these up. And I'm going to take some tape runner, put on the back of that. I'm going to take my spinner, I'll lay that where I want it to go. Get those together. Then on one side, we're going to add our little girl. And the other side, we're going to add her as the cat. So we'll just add on one of those. Flip her over. On the other one. And we're ready to put our spinner on the inside of our card. Let's start. Add that. You want to make sure that you add it where the little circle is not going to be exposed. You want to keep that nice and hidden. Close that. Now all we have to do is take in, twist it around to get it nice and tight. And you'll shut your card, put it in your envelope, and that way when the recipient gets it and pulls it out, it's going to spin. Like she's her and her little spell has caused her to change. Now here's the original, here's the first version that I made. And I used the cobblestone stencil and the perspective floor stencils as the background. And did the same thing. Ta-da! Alright, those are my spinner cards. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you head over to Instagram and check out the Instagram hop going on. If you're watching this before on the 25th of April, and I will see you over there. The release comes out on Saturday, so make sure you check it out. All right, bye guys. Stay crafty. Love you.